The worst money laundering schemes. Hello everyone, I'm glad to see you back on our channel FinTech. Let's talk about the most serious money laundering plan in today's video. So hold back and stick till the end. Here we begin. Number 10. BCCI. Founded by Pakistani businessman Aga Hassan Abedi in 1972, BCCI is a leading firm in the insurance industry. Financial institutions like these receive a majority of their investments from Abu Dhabi. Further, the company has rapidly expanded outside the UK, despite having its headquarters in Belgium. In 1988, BCCI faced the first money laundering allegations in the United States after the financial institution developed rapidly. It has been established that these allegations are true, and that is the simplest way to start going downhill. So the allegations of a false transaction against BCCI surfaced in 1990 after studying PricewaterhouseCoopers. In these financial institutions, large unrecorded deposits by the end of the year have become unexplainable. According to the BCCI, money was laundered for characters such as Abu Nidal, Saddam Hussein, Samuel Doe, and many others. Number 9. HSBC Bank. Because HSBC was unable to prevent the drug cartel from laundering hundreds of thousands of dollars, the financial institution paid an enormous sum of US $1.9 billion. Investigators found that HSBC's negative laws allow it to be the main money launderer for Mexican and Colombian drug cartels. Further, financial institutions received approximately $881 in drug money from mixed cartels. Number 8. Nauru. The next on list is Nauru, which represents a rare case of a unique money launderer using international connections. The 1980s saw Russian mobs and Al-Qaeda turn Nauru into a money laundering haven. Some people predicted that the Russian mob would spend at least US $70 billion on Nauru during that single year, before the US implemented stricter laws. This small island is especially attracted to criminals trying to cover up money due to the privacy protection that was once more effective than that provided by Switzerland and the Cayman Islands. Number 7. Standard Chartered Bank. Almost every finance enthusiast knows that laundering investigations have been ongoing at Standard Chartered Bank for a long time now. Financial institutions around the world were subjected to fines by more than one group in the fall of 2018. Moreover, their partners were fined over $5 million by terrorist companies for money laundering. There have also been extra charges from the U.S. government imposed on Standard Chartered Bank in the past. Number 6. Meyer Lansky. Unlike most money launderers in American history, Meyer Lansky is primarily responsible for the money that Al Capone made or stole. Lansky helped expand the mafia underworld and developed a method for using Swiss banks to cover the coin holdings. It is shocking to know that investigators were unable to uncover the $300 million that Lansky was hiding after his death in the 1980s. Although he did not face any heavy charges against the scammer, investigators were unable to locate the suspicious amount. Number 5. Al Capone. One of the most famous money launderers in American history is undeniably Chicago gangster Al Capone, who, by purchasing a laundromat to transfer his mob income, was considered by some to have invented the money laundering period. In spite of his shady activities, Capone is said to have laundered $1 million in shady scenes. Although his money laundering and other economic crimes were serious, the violent acts in Chicago caused severe damage. He was ultimately convicted of tax evasion, but it is reported that Capone laundered more than $1 billion in many shady scenes. Number 4. Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort is still incarcerated despite the ongoing criminal charges against him. He was indeed the short-lived head of business development for Donald Trump and continued to deliver the services. Several $100,000 were protected from being discovered by Manafort and his associate Rick Gates, who are accused of lying to protect their economic files. So, we can only predict the truth behind an unresolved mystery. Number 3. Tom DeLay. Despite the conviction being overturned by an appeals court in 2013, former House Majority Leader Tom DeLay was convicted of money laundering. The Republican National Committee was used to illegally distribute more than $190,000 in company funds by Republican congressmen. they had to eventually face the repercussions by spending several precious years in prison. Number 2. Liberty Reserve. Known as the predecessor of Bitcoin, Liberty Reserve issued digital foreign exchange throughout the world. For conducting large-scale transnational money laundering activities that protected identity theft, credit card fraud, and PC hacking, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Liberty Reserve had already conducted $8 billion of transactions before the U.S. authorities closed it down. Number 1. Wachovia. With the 2008 acquisition of Wachovia Corporation by Wells Fargo, the company became North America's largest money service provider. The organization also created ATMs, a website, wellsfargo.com, and established extensive distribution channels across North America and abroad. Further, sources claim that Wachovia and Wells Fargo have been integrated, with Wachovia's debts getting transferred to the latter one. So the details go as the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration investigated Wachovia with ties to Mexican drug trafficking gangs. It was previously used as a conduit for the laundering of relevant proceeds. Moving on, wire transfers, coin deals, and holiday tests allowed Midland Bank to expose billions of dollars of assets. Midland Banks finally settled with federal authorities by paying roughly $110 million in forfeiture. It is estimated that Mexico lost approximately one-third of its gross domestic product due to money laundering through Wachovia. So, this was all about the serious money laundering plans. Hope you found it helpful. For more captivating videos, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button.